In the practice of shamanism, we look at illness from a spiritual perspective. And so it really doesn't matter if a client or a patient has a complaint that's manifesting on a physical illness type of level or on an emotional level. In shamanism, we go into an altered state of consciousness and we consult with the spirits. That's one of the beauties of the work. You don't have to go, oh, I wonder what this is going to be. It's up to the spirits to be able to share with the shamanic practitioner what they perceive is going on. And it's not, I think from a classical shamanic point of view, shamans believed that the spirits had all this power that humankind does not have. I can only speak from my evolution of consciousness that I really feel that we're spirits and that we have as much power as the spirits do. It's just that because they don't have bodies, they can look down on the human condition and they have a different perspective. A friend of mine who's a brilliant shamanic practitioner and teacher has this wonderful analogy. She talks about being at a baseball game, and that we're the players on the field and that the spirits are sitting in the bleachers and they can look down and go, don't you see what's happening? Don't run this way. Or, you know, they just can look down on the human condition and give us some guidance. It doesn't mean that they necessarily have more power than we do, but they have a different perspective. And so when a client shows up to see a shaman, the shaman would immediately go to the spirits and say, this is the complaint. What is the spiritual diagnosis of what's going on? And there are a few different spiritual diagnoses that might come back that are part of the shamanic worldview. There might be many different ceremonies to deal with the same diagnosis. And so one of the beauties is that the spirits can give one of 100 different ceremonies to bring back, but there are actually particular classifications of illness that fall into what shamans work with from a spiritual perspective. One would be what we call a loss of power, where a guardian spirit, it's believed from a shamanic point of view that whether you practice shamanism or not, we all have these guardian spirits that are around us that kind of act like guardian angels. They're always taking care of us. They're always watching out for us. It doesn't mean that they're going to stop us from our life's lessons and all the things that we have to experience in our lifetime, but they're going to make sure that not any harm comes to us that can be avoided. And in many different cultures, these are called power animals, where an animal, the spirit of an animal, will volunteer itself to us when we're born. And from a shamanic point of view, people typically have about 2 to 3 power animals around them at all times. People can have 100 power animals around them. There are no rules in shamanism. Again, it's a practice of self-revelation and direct revelation. And if you see 100 animals around you, it's a lot of animals that you have to feed and take care of, but the spirits will keep volunteering themselves to us as they feel that we need their help and assistance. And so what can happen sometimes is a guardian spirit might go away. The why around this we really don't understand, but it's an old classification of illness that's been passed down through different shamanic cultures. And then a person is left without power. And again, it would be the helping spirits who would diagnose this, but we do notice that there are certain symptoms that go along with power loss. And some of those symptoms would be chronic